Hey guys, it's Sarah, and let's talk about April. Reading plans for April. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this out loud right now. I'm not going to be doing any more buddy reads until after we move. So like September at the earliest. Because as you guys know, we are moving this summer. Things are going to start getting busy. Like we've already had to start some of the processes for this already. And so things get very busy. This is our 7th move. We are no stranger to this. So we know how it goes and we know it's very stressful. So I'm definitely to a point right now where I have some priorities. I have some things I need to read or that I really want to read or kind of get under my belt before we go. And because of that, I want to make sure that I'm making those a priority. And to be honest, sometimes buddy reads can take away from some of my priorities. So even if I'm reading something that you have, if you ask me if I want to buddy read something, I'm going to say not right now. Just because if I have that responsibility to somebody, it's probably going to stress me out even more. And I don't know how my reading is going to be right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to everything I'm talking about. So I may even talk about some books that I don't end up getting to. So I don't want to schedule any buddy reads and then not be able to fulfill those. So just so that you guys are aware, from here until after we have moved to Virginia, I'm not going to be doing any buddy reads. So as soon as I'm ready to buddy read again, I will definitely let you know, but it's probably going to be September. So just so you guys know. Okay, so for the month of April, I don't have any plans. Like what? It's kind of weird because I'm not doing any buddy reads. I'm going to have a book club book. I don't know what that is yet though. We haven't met yet. So I will have something for book clubs. I'm going to need to keep that in mind, although I don't know what that's going to be yet. So I'm going to keep I have one more book to read as well, as far as numbers go. And other than that, I don't know. I do have one book for the Buzzword Readathon for the month of April that I've already picked what I want to read. So hopefully I can work that into my TBR Jar picks, because this is going to be like all TBR Jar this month, guys. I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't have anything planned really. So this is going to be definitely off the cuff here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start picking. I think I'm going to try to pick... My reading's been going really well. Do I want to pick 10? Or 9? 9 plus my book club, so 10. That would be 10 total. So let's do 9. I'll pick 9. 2 of them are going to be NetGalley, so we're going to pick NetGalley first. I have been reading NetGalley books, but last month I only read 1, so I'm definitely going to pick 2 out of my NetGalley jar first, and then we will pick 7 out of my prompt jar. Okay, so NetGalley, I am picking 2 a month, and I'm just trying to work on my NetGalley score, my percentage for this year. I really want to knock some of these books out, and I've been doing that, which I'm really happy with. So I'm going to pick 2 out of here. These are individual books that I have on my NetGalley list that are on my Kindle, ready for me to read. I just need to do it. So I'm going to pick 2 out of here and see what pops up and give those a read this month. Okay, here's the first one. Okay. All right. Whew. This is Resistance. Oops. Can you see that? This is by Michaela someone. I'm not even going to try, guys. I'm not even going to try. This was published in January of 2017. That's how long it's been on my Kindle. Everything's fine. Not 100% sure what this is about. I think this was more of a, that cover's really pretty. Request. Approved. Great. So I guess we're going to go into it and see what it's about. Okay, so one more. Let's do this one. Oh, this one's short. Okay, cool. This one is Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. Haven't heard great things about this one, but I have it. It's a pretty short book, so I can get through it really quickly. This came out in May of 2018. Yeah. Again, haven't heard great things about it, but it's fine. Okay, so that's 2. So now we're going to pick 7 out of here because I do have a book club book, whatever that's going to be for the month of April. And we'll do 7 out of this one. Hopefully I can pick something that will fit my buzzword that I have sitting right here. I'll show that to you when I can. And yeah, we'll see. Okay, so big TBR jar. These are all prompts. I've added a couple in here as well recently. There's some things that I thought of randomly or that I got inspired from a video. So I've added some new ones in here as well. So I'm going to pick a prompt and then pick a book off my TBR based on that prompt. Okay, number 1. Oop. Advent book, which is our Christmas book exchange. And that fits this. That fits my buzzword. The buzzword is actually kind of a themed buzzword this time, and it is something having to do with the sky or galaxies or something like that. And so the one book that I had on my Christmas book exchange cart was Under the Wide and Starry Sky. So sky and starry actually both work under that. This was sent to me by Lindsay. I think the first time that we did our Advent book exchange, when we were calling it Advent, still we call it Christmas book exchange now. But yeah, so I think this was sent to me for the first round from Lindsay. So let's see what it's about. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so this follows a love story between an American woman and a Scottish man, and he is Robert Louis Stevenson, who actually wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Treasure Island. He actually wrote those books, and it is their love story. So this American woman is widowed, I believe. She has 3 children, and she needs a change. So she hops on a boat with her children and her nanny, and she is sailing overseas just to kind of start over. Something happens on the boat, I believe. I think there's some sickness or something, and she has to go somewhere in France to recuperate from that, and that's where she meets him. It's like a writer's retreat type thing, I believe. And so they meet, and I think it's their love story, and he's also 10 years younger than she is, which could be a little scandalous back then. So yeah. So, okay, this is going to be for my Christmas book exchange. Okay, so that was 1. All right, here's number 2. Okay, number 2. Let's go with this one. This one is 2 and 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to put one back. I cannot see them, trust me. Okay. Oh gosh, ew. Lowest rated. All right, let's get on Goodreads and see what my lowest rated book is. That's on my TBR. Okay, so we'll go to my books. Owned TBR. I'm nervous about this, guys. Not gonna lie. Oh, okay. So average rating, it's already sorted that way. Oh, The House I Loved by Tatiana de Rosnay. That was actually sent for our book exchange as well. So, I mean, that's good. I can knock off 2 of these, and that one's actually pretty short too. So, yeah. Okay, let me go grab that one. Okay, so The House I Loved by Tatiana de Rosnay. I'm surprised this is rated so low because I have read from her before and loved what I read. I read Sarah's Key, and I absolutely loved it, and I want to read more from her. So I'm not mad that this is on here. I'm just surprised that it's rated like my lowest rated. So we'll see how it goes. But again, not very long. It follows a woman who is living in Paris, I believe. Yes, Paris, France in the 1860s. And by the order of Napoleon, he is tearing down a lot of houses to rebuild other things that's going to benefit him. And we follow a woman who's living in one of these houses and refuses to leave. Basically, she's taking a stand and saying, "You are not taking my house." So she takes refuge in it and is fighting the system, basically. So, yeah, but I'm not mad I have to read this. Okay, number 3. Let's see what number 3 is going to be. Okay. Whoops, and I dropped it. Yep. Ooh, okay, hyped. A hyped book. I feel like there's so many What is a hyped book? Okay, for this one, I am going to pick The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This one is super hyped. Everybody loves this book. Everybody. I've heard a couple people who didn't like it. There's always going to be, obviously for every single book, not everyone's going to love it. But for the most part, I've heard amazing things about this. And it is on my list to read for the year. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. This follows a woman who finds out that her biological father is dying. I believe he has some sort of diagnosis. So she travels to Alaska where he lives to spend some time with him and get to know him a little bit before it's too late type thing. And while she's there, she meets a man who is very difficult. I think that he works with her father and there's a love story there. So set in Alaska. I'm in. Okay, number 4. Let's see what number 4 will do for us here. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. Stephen King. Okay. Well, he's down here. He's right behind me. So, I'm just going to pick one. Now, I have talked recently about wanting to reread 11/22/63. I do want to do that at some point, but not now. Like, I'm not going to have that kind of time. So that's not going to be my pick because I know that I've recently said that, but like, I don't have time for that kind of stuff right now. So I'm going to see what I can pick that's kind of on the shorter side. Does that even exist? Yes, it does. Okay, so this one is one that I have heard a lot of really, really good things about this book. And it was kind of one of those things where like, I want to read that. Like next time I read Stephen King, maybe I'm going to read that book. So that's The Long Walk. This is actually him writing as Richard Bachman, but we all know it's Stephen King, right? So this follows some sort of race that happens among like men and boys. And it's literally you're walking until there's only one person left walking. I don't know the purpose. I don't know why. We'll go into it. That's all I really know. I know it's bloody. I know it's violent. Like people are dying. And I've heard really, really good things about it. So we're going to read this one. Okay. Number 5. Okay. Oh, okay. A Bookish First. Bookish First is a website where you can sign up and every week you can look at the selection for the week and you can read a first look at a book, an upcoming release. And you can read the first few chapters sometimes, and then you kind of write a little of a mini review on those chapters, and you can make the choice on if you want to be entered to win the full book. And if you win it, you get an arc of that book from the publisher. So I have a few. I have 6 books sitting over here that are from Bookish First. I keep them all together so I don't forget about them. So I'm going to look through that stack real quick and pick one. Okay, so I am going to do Consumed by J.R. Ward. I am in the mood for this one, definitely. And, you know, I did read the first couple chapters and I really, really liked them. This follows firefighters. And I believe in the very beginning, from what I remember, there's an accident at one of the places where they are fighting a fire, and it's kind of aftermath of that kind of stuff, but definitely gives me like 911 vibes and all that good stuff. So this is the one that definitely stood out to me when I went over to look at it. I'm in the mood for this. J.R. Ward, there's probably going to be some pretty good steamy scenes too. I'm down for that right now. So we're going to read this one. And that's good because I can write my review on Bookish First and it'll be one of those off my list too. That'll be nice. Okay, 2 more. 2 more books. This is so fun. Okay. Oh, okay. Book of the month. I have a lot. So let me go over to my book of the month shelf and pick one. Okay, so strategy. I picked the shortest one. So only because a couple of these are a little bit on the longer side, and I don't know. I wanted to go with something a little bit short. So shortest one I had is People Like Her by Ellery Lord. This follows a woman who's an influencer on Instagram, and she ends up getting stalked by someone who follows her. So yeah. Okay, this will be my last pick here. Okay. Ooh, an adaptation. So this can be something that has been adapted in the past. This can be something that's being adapted soon, coming up. I just did a video about this. So let me think about what I talked about in there on adaptations that are coming out this year that I haven't read yet. It'd be smart to pick something from there, yeah? Okay, so this one was not in that video because I did not know that this was being adapted until after that video came out, and then someone told me. So, but this one is being adapted. They already have some casting, and it was part of my middle grade March TBR, but I wasn't able to get to it. So I was kind of bummed about that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on April's for an adaptation, because that is The School for Good and Evil by Simone Chinani. Yeah, so an adaptation is in the works. I'm going to count this for an adaptation, even though it's going to be adapted. Okay. Whew. All right. I don't want to admit how hard that was to pick these books up. Okay. Here is my April TBR. Plus I'll have a book club book. Don't know what that is yet. Plus 2 NetGalley books. And one of them's pretty short. So this is pretty exciting and very doable for me. Like this is doable, especially because I have a few short ones in here that I can get through pretty quickly. And I'm very excited for all of them. Okay, let me know if you have read any of these books down below. Let me know what you're planning to do for the month of April. I would love to know that. And I'm going to get reading. Okay, see you guys very soon. Have a great day. Bye.